Hey guys, what's up? What's going on out there this afternoon? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com, with another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project over at WebTennis.com. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon so far, wherever you are. I am here in the Southern California desert, Rancho Mirage. The Mission Hills Country Club had a nice grass court workout this morning here for just about an hour. But in 60 minutes, you can get so much work done. If you're playing, a set or something like that, all right, that's fine. But the amount of work that you can get done in 60 minutes, I just think is spectacular. If you really get organized, you really hustle, and it's not a social 60 minutes. It's work, man. We're going. And so, hey, Mark, good to have you back again. Thank you so much. So yeah, that was it for me this morning. Been working on finishing up a new course today on the underspin backhand, the drive, the drop, the return to serve, the volley. There's a whole, at least a handful of shots that we can play from the same exact setup, the same exact swing path, and the same exact finish. And well, maybe not quite the same exact finish, but you get the idea. Anyway, once you learn the basics, the three real basics that you can make into habits, you're armed and dangerous in about 5 or 6 different shots. So anyway, I'm finishing that. That's what I've been working on today. Hopefully, get it out later tonight, maybe tomorrow. We shall see. Anyway, hope you've had a good day so far on the court, or maybe in the gym. Actually, I had the gym this morning as well before this little bad boy right here, which is if you're brand new to Web Tennis. Well, look, congratulations. Thanks for hanging out. Every morning, go live at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific time zone. We do What's the Right Shot? What's the Right Shot is really a way to teach you more about how to play the game as opposed to just working endlessly on stroke technique. And what I do is I take video of either my matches or someone else's match and cherry pick one point. And right before one of the singles and doubles as well. But cherry pick one point, and then right before one of the players plays a shot, I pause the video and ask you, what do you think's the right shot? And it's based on two things, right? It's based on where do you want the ball to land over there? And then number two, where do you want to move to next on the court that could possibly enhance where you made the ball land over there, right? So what's the right shot's based on those two things: shot choice and the next best court position. We do that every morning at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific time zone. Once in a while, it's pre-recorded, but it's typically live. And if you're brand new to Web Tennis, this is your first time, thank you. Do this live as well in the afternoons, 2:30. We do some tough love on the tennis mental side of the game. And occasionally, it's pre-recorded as well. So that's what I got for you there. Now, look, let's talk about this patience, how to have it, how to get it, how to keep it when you're serving a 5-4 in the third set, whether it's singles, whether it's doubles. And I'll tell you, for me, before I learned that I needed to control what I think at that moment, I would kind of go into the old kind of the hope strategy, right? I mean, especially against someone maybe you've never beaten before, or one of the top guys in a tournament, and now all of a sudden you're serving for the match. It's the third set. It's been a long drawn out battle, and you're serving 5-4 in the third. And for me, a few times in the past, I would kind of go into, what, I started looking ahead and just started thinking about, this is going to be such a great win. Oh my God, how am I going to feel after beating this guy? And then the other voice would go, well, you better hope that he coughs up a few points, because you're not really sure if you've got the goods to be able to shut this thing down and get the win. And I'll tell you, you can call it a choke, you can call it whatever, but those were the thoughts. And I'm not saying that every time it was a disaster, but there were a few times when I knew that, I coughed it up. I just hoped the guy would give it to me, and looked ahead. And so where this started to change for me was actually 2008, 15, 16 years ago, right? Something like that. and I was playing the National 60 hard courts out here, ironically, Mission Hills Country Club, playing the number 3 seed. This legendary guy, this guy David Nash from Minneapolis, great player, big tall dude, big great player, both singles and doubles. And I kind of went into that match just kind of thinking, well, I really have nothing to lose here. On paper, he's going to win the match, so let's just kind of relax and play. And I ended up winning the first set. I can't remember what the score was, either 6-4, 7-5, something like that. First set. Got thumped pretty good in the second set. And then came back in the third set, and things started to turn my way again. And the next thing I knew was he was serving at 2-5 in the third set. And I just kind of, I mean, there was that voice that originally went off and said, oh my God, man, this is going to be a great win. And I said, no, we're not going to go there. We've been there before. It hasn't worked out. So let's come up with something different. And what I kept telling myself was when David was serving at 2-5 was, I can't wait to serve for the match at 5-3, right? I just can't wait for that. And it was a big bluff, and I knew it, but I kept telling myself that. And we played a really long game, and he had some advantages in there to hold serve. We get it back to deuce, had a couple of match points in there, didn't get them, but that was the message that I gave myself was, heck, God dang it, I just can't wait to serve the next game, to serve for the match the next game. And the bottom line is it just kept me relaxed. It put no pressure on me winning points, hoping to win, because I didn't trust whether or not I could hold serve if he held serve at 2-5. And long game, and sure enough, it ended up working. I ended up breaking him, winning the match. And really one of my first really big sort of name wins on the national level, 6-2 in the third. And I came away from that just realizing that you got to be patient, right? You just have to be patient and just realize that that the game you're serving at 5-4, or maybe you've got, like I just described with that match at 2-5, him serving, you have to find the patience. And the way that I find the patience is what I tell myself. It's not like an automatic thing. It's not like an instinctive thing. It sure isn't for me. Maybe for other players it is. But for me, I have to be very proactive with what self-talk I've got going on. The very next year, in the finals, 2009, the finals of the same tournament, the hard court, 60 hard courts, got the finals against another legend, Hugh Thompson. And originally from Australia, but Hugh Thompson won everything from singles to doubles to mixed. I mean, just the guy was prolific, a great player. He and I got in the finals, and again, I just thought, well, he's number 1 seed. I on paper don't have a lot to lose, but gosh darn it, this would be kind of fun to win your first national singles gold ball. I'd won a doubles 25 years prior, so. So anyway, I won the first set, 6-4, and now I do find myself in the second set serving at 5-4. And I just had remembered from last year, okay, we don't need to hope that he coughs up some points, and there's no point in looking ahead because we see it at all levels. I mean, how many times is someone up 6-4, 5-4 serving for the match, and you don't close it out right then and there? Well, what's worst case? Well, the worst case is it's 5-all, not a big deal. So looking ahead doesn't have any value. It just has no value at all. And so for me, I was in that mindset. However, this game at 5-4 must have gone on for, I don't know, if it wasn't 12 minutes, it was certainly 10 minutes. It just went on and on and on and on. I had a whole, a handful of match points, didn't close it out, started to get frustrated, and had a couple. I actually had a couple of double faults at some of those match points, and then finally I just said, you know what? Let's just screw it. Why not just throw in just a high bouncer, not even a kicker on the first serve, just go to the backhand, and let's just take it from there. Whereas before I was trying to construct a little bit too much. Well, if I do this, then I'll have this. So again, future thinking. And I was just patient with it. I just said, let's go ahead, throw in the high bouncer and just see what happens. And I was playing serve and volley all the time then. So sure enough, threw it in. He floated one back to my forehand volley, just carved it to the open court. Nothing great, didn't feel any pressure. I just said to myself, all right, let's just play it over there and see what happens. And he goes over there and misses the forehand halfway up the net. I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, this is great. Won a national national gold ball in the singles, but really, it's kind of anticlimactic. I mean, it just didn't need anything spectacular. So I think we get ahead of ourselves when, as the title said here, serving at 5-4 in the third, we get into some future thinking. We get into some hoping, especially if you're starting to knock on the door of a big win against a named player, or you're putting yourself in a position to win a title, a tournament. It doesn't have to be a national title. It could be any title at all, right? But we start looking ahead, wanting it so bad that we start to hope that the other guy coughs up a little bit or that whatever. And so you gotta self, at least for me, I have to self-talk my way into believing and trusting in that 4 parts between points routine. That if you haven't picked it up yet, it's a free video. It's about a 20-minute video, and it goes through my 4 parts between points routine. It's over at WebTennis.com. Just drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get free access to it. It is a private video, but for me, that's what I have to do. I have to continue to stay disciplined to that 4 parts between points routine, which everyone says, well, you got to stay in the present. Okay. All right. That makes sense. But the way I do it is very proactive. And what I'm doing really is overriding the other potential voices, which are looking into the future. Well, all right, now I'm serving at 6-4, 5-4, or 5-4 in the third set. I've won the first point. God dang it, 15 love. If I win the next point, then it's 30 love. You know how all that thinking goes. And look, I used to do that, and it didn't work out. So once I got into the 4 parts between points routine, it really, really started to make a huge difference, especially in close matches and especially against top players, and especially if you're serving for a big title. If you just stick to it and discipline yourself to it and trust that that's the thing that's going to eventually get you to where you want to go, then I think you put yourself in a good position. Never a guarantee. Nothing in this game is a full-blown guarantee. So I can't tell you that BPR, the between points routine, is going to work each and every time, no matter who's over there, no matter what the conditions are. But if you're future thinking and you're future hoping, I'll sign up for that between points routine every day in terms of helping me get through to the finish line. You as well. So patience, can't rush it. Can't rush the future. And sometimes the future is just boom, all of a sudden it happens. I've served at this point in big matches. And the next thing you know is first serve in, boom, missed return. First serve in, boom, missed return. First serve in, 30 love, short return, little dropper. Okay, 40 love, great. And then first serve in, guess what? Guy misses it. And it's kind of like, wow, is that, so for me, that happens when I'm not looking ahead. I'm not future thinking. And we do future thinking not only with a score, but we do future thinking when we're about to play a shot, right? I mean, I used to do future thinking on that. I'd earn my way to a short ball over to my backhand, and I would want to play a standard up the line, well inside the sideline, underspin approach. And I started missing a few because right before I made contact with the ball, I was going, well, I wonder where this guy is. Do I have to hit a little bit better because maybe he's leaning over there? Yeah, no, I'm not looking out at the guy because I'm about to play the shot. And so I try to give a little juice and overcook it in the net, out wide or deep, as opposed to, wait a minute, I've got the ball. This is the great Michael Wayman who coached me up on this one. The great Michael Wayman, who was a tour player back in the 80s and men's coach at St. Mary's College in Moraga back in the day, but he worked with me for a while. And he said, look, you've got the ball. They can't do anything. Even if they're standing over there, you want to be able to hit the cleanest shot that you possibly can and then get ready for the potential next shot. Well, there's no point in getting ready for the next shot until you hit the one you've got. So take your time with it and be patient with it. Play it the way you want to, and then get ready for potentially what might come up next. And most of the time, you do that, you're patient, you hit it cleanly, the guy never touches it. So there you have it. All right, guys, hope this has been helpful today. And by the way, this is something that's made a huge difference in my playing career just in the last 18 months. My gold ball count went from 11 to 20 in 15 months. So, and it was all because of this. It was just all this mindset training. I finally decided I need to do something different with my game. I'm getting stuck here. Yeah, I'm having a good career, but I'm not where I think I can be. I think I've got more upside to my game. And it wasn't going out there and getting in better shape, because if you ask any of the guys my age group, they're going to say, yeah, Brent's definitely one of the top guys in terms of quickness and endurance. It wasn't drilling. I could hit the ball fine. I wasn't going to really get much more bang out of my butt for, drilling more. And so it was really the mental part of the game. And I did some studying, hired a few guys, spent some time, and came up with what I thought were 5 mindset skill habits. They're small habits, little tiny habits that the information, what you're telling yourself, what you're doing on the court with these habits, super simple, super easy. It's, do you have the discipline to make these things habits? Can you habituate them on a daily basis? It takes a few minutes a day. It's not very long. Anyway, if you think that you want some help with the mental part of the game, the mindset skills, I invite you to take a look at what I've done, or the course I put together that's really made, and this is exactly what I still do now. I don't ever think it'll be like riding a bike. I think I'll still continue to habituate these things daily. Just go over to webtennis.com/SLR5 habits. There should be a link down below in the description area that will take you over there. I invite you to take a look at the information there and sign up for the course. And look, the guarantee that I've got on this thing is pretty crazy. I'm guaranteeing you that if you go through the 28-day training, not a lot of time, but you do it, and I feel like 28 days, 4 weeks, close to a month, maybe it's longer. If you follow what I've got in there for you, that these will become habits. And I'm guaranteeing that within 6 months that you're going to beat someone you've never, ever beaten before. Could be singles, could be you and the regular doubles partner are playing a team out there. You guys just can't get by them. Maybe you're playing them close, but I'm guaranteeing if you go through this training, that within 6 months that you're going to finally get that win. I've had guys write me back and say it happened within a week. I'm not saying that that's the standard, that's the average, but I have not had anyone come back yet after 6 months and say, hey, man, this thing didn't work. So that's the guarantee on it. Obviously, no risk as well. All right, guys, that's it for me today. Hope this has been helpful. Leave a comment or question down below in the comments of the chat area, or if you want to shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. If you want to keep the discussion private, we can do that as well. And this time, we got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.